Okay, hello, hi. So let's see today. Our intention is to see that this gauss reciprocity law. So before that, in previous video, I forgot to cover this case, special case, if you remember. So that case is this is the case. So if it is a special case, like means 2 by p value equals to minus 1 whole power p minus 1 square. Okay, this we will see now, proof for this. So see, this is the formula only when it is said that a comma 2p equals to 1. Okay, that means a should not be a what, a should not be a even. But see, basically this is for a is odd and a comma p is 1. GCD of a comma p is okay. Now we will see that. See, if you remember this, you can watch the previous video or you can continue with this my video only. So if you remember is till now, like from there to here continuously, this is the main equation. This is the main equation. Okay, till now we never used the fact that p is like a can be anything. Okay, a can be anything. So I will write that equation again. So the equation is that so equation, it is given by a minus 1 into p square minus 1 by 8 equals to sigma ja by p, this minus n, where j equals to 1 to p minus 1 by 2 mod 2. Okay, this is congruent. So after this fact, we have taken that this whole value, means if you compute this whole value, we have taken that a is a odd case, and we solve that this taking mod with respect to 2, this whole value will become 0 and this n value becomes congruent to this value. And when we have substitute from previous theorem that minus 1 whole power t minus 1 whole power n, and n will be substituted at this value, and this is how we reached this theorem. Okay, this is a short recap of this. Now we will solve this one. Okay, so this is now take a is a 2, means a equals to 2. So what will happen, just substitute. What, tell me what will happen? P square minus 1 by 8 is congruent to 2gp by j equals to 1 to p minus 1 by 2 minus n mod 2. Okay, after this what will happen, tell me? We know that j values runs from here 1 to p minus 1 by 2, so 2jp. So okay, now just multiply it by 2 by p for the whole inequality. So what will happen? 2 by pj 2 by p into p minus 1 by 2. To cancel, this value becomes p minus 1 by p, that is 1 minus 1 by p. So that means this is the value which is less than 1. So this is called, you know, box means gif means greatest integer function. Okay, not that in the social media which you see gif means graphical interchange for not, this is called greatest integer function. Okay, so what will become if the value is 1? It will become 0. So this whole value will become to 0. So p square minus 1 8 is congruent to minus n mod 2. So now how can you write this? Minus 1 by 2 p square minus 1 by 8 mod 2. So we know that already. Normally this is the properties. If a is congruent to b mod m, then we can write a is equals to m cube plus b, where q belongs to z, means q can take all the values of z means, you know, and so on, minus all the integers z means. Okay, this is the fact. I'm not rubbing it. Okay, you can see later. So what will happen, tell me? Minus n equals to, so 2q plus p square minus 1 by 8. Okay, happy. And after that, see, given that value, given a comma 2p equals to 1, this means this can be equivalent to, means in the given condition a is not a even Okay, and a comma p means GCD of a comma p equals to 1. Since p is a prime number, I can say that p doesn't divide a or a doesn't divide p, like that. Okay, so but that condition GCD of a comma p, a comma 2p, this is only for this only, means this for this case only. For this case we are taking only one condition. What is that one condition? The condition is that a comma p equals to 1. Okay, a comma p means GCD of a comma p equals to 1. If we know this condition a comma p, then we can apply theorem. What is the theorem number? 3.2, lemma of Gauss. So according to lemma of Gauss, just if a comma p GCD 1, then I can say that a by p, legendary symbol of a by p equals to minus 1 whole power n. So can I say like this? Okay, so finally according to lemma of Gauss, I can say that a by p equals to minus 1 whole power n. Okay, now substitute the value of n. A by p equals to minus 1 whole to the power of minus 2 minus p square minus 1 by 8. So that is minus 1 whole power 2 cube into minus 1 whole power p square minus 1 by 8. So we know that a power m plus n equals to a power n, a power n. So this value is what? Minus 1 whole square whole power q, that is value equals to 1, and this value equals to minus 1 p square minus 1. The beauty thing I have discussed in previous class, if you watched at the end of the video, that minus 1 whole inverse is equals to minus 1 power 1 equals to 1. Like that we can generalize that minus 1 whole power n equals to minus 1 whole power minus n, and 1 power n equals to 1 power n, like this, 1 power minus n. Like this we can write that is equals to p square minus 1 by 8. Okay, happy? So is this what you got it? So this is very important. Since here a equals to 2, substitute here 2 and 2 by p. So okay, that's it. That's all like you want to understand from this. Hence theorem is proved. This is proved. Okay, 2 by p. So let's go to next theorem very fast. So next theorem is theorem, what is that theorem? Okay, so theorem 3.4. So what does theorem 3.4 says? Means it is the, we call this as a Gauss, the Gauss reciprocity law. Okay, let's write neat handwriting like my friend writes. Okay, if p comma q are distinct odd primes, then p by q, legendary symbol q by p equals to minus 1 whole power p minus 1 by 2 into q minus 1 by 2. Okay, this is the what simple this. Okay, now the proof is, see, it's again like simple. Just understand that. Let S be the set which consists of all the values of x, all the values of x. I will write like this, all the values of y which goes from to q minus 1 by 2. Okay, so what I mean to write this x, see, this is normally from, if you see the any textbook, some means some other textbooks like graph theory textbooks like that, there is like some standard notation. What does it mean? It represents this all the numbers 1 2 3 4 and so on n. Okay, it is the set of all the numbers which goes from 1 to n, like this. So this means that what I mean to say is, take 1 2 3 and 4 and so on p minus 1 by 2 and 1 2 3 and so on q minus 1 by 2. This is the set. Okay, after taking this set, sorry, like here we have to take the Cartesian product. Sorry. Okay, so like this you can think of. Okay, or better, let's say this is capital X, this is capital Y, 1 to q minus 1 by 2. Okay, so what does it mean? That 1 2 3, sorry extremely sorry for previous mistake, 1 2 3 and so on, q minus 1. So now what you have to do means take Cartesian product. So I'm naming it. Okay, let s equals to s cross y. This is the Cartesian product. Okay, so what will happen? Does it means that all x and y, all possible pair of x, you know that a normal Cartesian product, no? A comma b and b equals to 1 comma 2. So a cross b means a comma b cross 1 comma 2. That means a comma 1, a comma 2, b comma 1, b comma 2. This is the Cartesian product. So such that where x belongs to capital X and y belongs to capital Y. Now tell me, what is the cardinality of capital S? Cardinality of capital S is equals to cardinality of x into cardinality of y. Cardinality of x is p minus 1 q minus 1 whole by 2. Now so now this is the proof. Okay, what this is proof. So in the proof, like they follow, some people, the mathematicians, they follow like after doing so much like research, or they means they proceed with some idea thought and finally reach to the something, and if it is correct neatly, then they will document and write neatly the proof. Okay, so in the proof there will be like some steps like that you have to believe. Okay, means okay, so like you can think this step as like you have to consider like this. You shouldn't ask such questions like why should we consider this. Okay, samjha? Like that you should just follow. Okay, okay, let's believe. Okay, just for fun let's take it like that you have to think. Afterwards, now let's say derive two sets from the S. Okay, S1 and S2 such that those are mutual, such that those means S comma S2 are mutually exclusive. Okay, exclusive. So see, what I mean to say is, I can let's take two sets from the S. S1. What is S1? S1 means I define like this. S1 is the set of order pairs x comma y such that this condition has to satisfy. Qx is greater than py. Okay, S2 is such that x comma y equals to Qx is less than py. Okay, now I am saying that what S1 comma S2 are mutually exclusive. Why so means you can clearly, it is mutually exclusive means S1 intersection x2 equals to no elements, it should contain empty set. So y means you can see observe that we are taking one greater elements, some greater elements, and we are taking here less than elements. Okay, so that's why these are mutually exclusive. Now I will write like this: S1 union S2 equals to S1. What I mean to say, S1 plus S2 equals to S. Okay, this is what I am saying. So let's see y. Okay, generally see, this is the given set. S is partitioned on these two conditions. That actually S can be partitioned in common sense way. How? Qx greater than py, Qx is less than py, and Qx equals to py. All these three things. Now, so like means if it's S2, S3, then we can say always this is S3 equals to S, and all S1, S2, S3 are mutually exclusive. This is common. Now, but I said that only these two form to S. That means what I mean to say is this S3 is a phi set. Okay, samjha? That means there is no x comma y ordered pair such that it will satisfy this condition. Y means you will see that y S3 equals to phi means You see that qx equals to py, where x belongs to what? X take values of p minus 1 by 2 and y belongs to 1 minus q minus 1 by 2. Now tell me, see that? Okay, see this qx equals to py. That means x is a integer, y is a integer, and q comma p are what? These are distinct odd primes. Okay, so can I write this? Means that qs equals to py. Can I conclude that q divides py? Yes, of course we can conclude. So q divides py. Q divides py. If you observe that for this, since q comma p are prime numbers, we always know that gcd of two prime numbers will always equals to 1, provided that they are distinct. Okay, that's all. No, means if you take q as 23, you may say that bro, I will take p as 46, but this is the blunder. Okay, samjha? Because if you take 46, it's say like 23 into 2. Of course, if q may divide, but 46 is not a prime now. So if 23, if 37, or if it is something like 79 or something like nonsense 53, so that always this q comma p is 1. That means that q doesn't divides p. Okay, I can conclude that from these two, from q comma p distinct odd primes, I can conclude that q comma p gcd 1 and q doesn't divides p. Okay, since if q divides p, this is like we are assuming. Okay, let's say this is the true. So since q doesn't divides p, this means that implies pakka q divides y anamata. Enti? And sorry, q divides y. So but see the range of y belongs to 1 to q minus 1 by 2. See the beauty. See, we know that generally q is a prime number, so prime number can divide its factors. Means what will, let's say if I write like this, then I can write q into some k belongs to z. So what is the possible values of k? Means q, 2q, 3q, 4q, 5q, 6q, 7q, and so on. Possible values of that. Means a prime number can divide to only the prime number if basically q is a factor of that x. Okay, if q is a divisor of x. But if you see, observe that y range is 1 to q minus 1 by 2. You can think like a less than q by 2. Okay, samjha? Less than q by 2. So it's not even crossing the y cannot be the value of q. Okay, so that's why I will say that according from this range, I can say q doesn't divide c. So this is the, like, from the assumption it came. This is known fact. Means this is like what from the our mathematics we came. So these both are like different results. This means contradiction happens. So contradiction happens means this condition will never satisfied. What? This qs equals to py, this is a false. False means qs is not equals to py for all x comma y belongs to such range. Okay, in simpler terms, if I want to say that if q is a prime number, then all the numbers like 2, 3, 4 and so on, q minus 1, the numbers which is less than q, those numbers doesn't divide q at all. That's the beauty thing, fact. So similarly q doesn't divide its less than numbers, na? It's like saying that if can 37 divide 18? No, right? This is true, na? Like that I mean to say. Okay, I'm not rubbing this. Okay, you can see later afterwards. So okay, happy. That means S3 is 5. 5 means you can come up with this is 5. So these only two cases. So two cases, since these are like greater than less than, always will be no common elements will be present. So these are called mutual exclusive. So I can say that s1 plus s2 equals to s. So from this relation I can write beauty one. What is mod s equals to mod s1 plus mod s2. What is mod s? P minus 1 by 2 q minus 1 by 2 mod s1 plus mod s2. This is the equation number 1. You have to, this is the heart of the equation. This is how like heart of this theorem. From this we will be able to get it. Now we have to find what is the value of s1 and s2. So let's find about s1 and s2, cardinality of s1 and s2. If we can find that, the theorem is over. Okay, so what is s1? S1 is that ordered pairs s comma y such that qs is what? Greater than py. Qs is greater than py means for all x belongs to 1 to p minus 1 by 2, y belongs, sorry again, this is my so much educated that I am writing very bad handwriting. When I come back to my friends, they're like I get like flattened by their handwriting. But I'm stupidly, even I want to write, but I'm able to write it. Okay, qx greater than py. After this what we can say, y less than qx by p. Okay, now observe that, see what is the possible but we know that range of y is 1 to q minus 1 by 2. This means this, from these two can I conclude this? Our y should be less than qx by p. Yes, of course, yes. So this qx by p, q is a distant prime, x can be any value from this. So for this value it can be some real number, okay, whatever real number. So but y is a integer. What? Y is a integer. Okay, we know that this integer part means gif of qx by p is less than or equals to qx by p. So therefore y can be taken possible values from 1 or 2 or 3 and so on, qx by p. Okay, happy? You understand? You got my point, what I mean to say? So this is what I mean to say. That means from this equation, for a given x, what? For a given x, I can say number of possible values of y equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, qx by p. Okay, for the given x, what I mean to say. Okay, but how many such x are possible? There p minus 1 by 2 means for x equals to 1, 2, 3 and so on, p minus 1 by 2 means if x equals to 1, number of possible values of y how much? Y how much? Q into 1 by p. If x equals to 2, number of possible values of y how much? Q into 2 by p. If x equals to 3, number of values of how many possible? Q into 3 by p and so on. Okay, this is the major thing, means important thing you need to understand. Samjha? Happy? So we know that basically, see what I mean, what finally our motive, this is what we have to compare. That means number of ordered pairs of x comma y. So for given x, means if x equals to 1, the ordered pairs will be 1 comma y. So depending on the values of different values of y, so I can conclude like this. Can I write like this? Number of ordered pairs equals to number of values of y. Okay, happy? So what can I write? So therefore number of ordered pairs equals to ordered pairs of x comma y in S1 equals to sigma of qx by p, where x equals to 1 to p minus 1 by 2. Is it okay? Happy? Yes, this is the what we can write. Similarly, we know that S2 equals to qx less than py. Sorry. where q is 1 minus p minus 1 by 2. This is for all y belongs to 1 minus q minus 1 by 2. Okay, after this what can I write? Py by q x can write. So number of ordered pairs of s2, that is modulus of s2. How much? Tell me. Sigma y runs to 1 to q minus 1 by 2 p minus 1. Similar concept, means whatever I have done here, same again, means you will choose the value for given value of y, how many number of possible values of x, so that is equals to p1 by q box. For given y2, number of values of x is p2 by q, and so on, blah blah blah. You understand my concept, means what I mean to say. Okay, now what will happen? Mod s1 plus mod s2, write it. Sigma py by q plus sigma py by q and sigma x equals to 1 minus p minus 1 by 2, this value qx by p. After this one, you need to apply the previous theorem. What is previous theorem? This is very important, like from this you should not forget at all. This theorem, just now we have seen, no, theorem 3.3. like today I explained, like revised again this theorem. We have to apply this theorem. So what it says that if a by p equals to minus 1 whole power t, where t equals to this value, so you can think here this value as a t1 and this value as a t2. Okay, t1 and t2. So for a by p, means for p by q, for p by q, where p comma q are distinct odd primes, that means p comma q equals to 1, and of course we know that in this theorem we have to take only odd primes. So p is not equals to 2, q is not equals to 2. Okay, samjha. See, first of all, prime numbers, all primes are odd only, means if you take what are prime numbers, prime numbers is nothing but one even number is there, only one even number, plus all other primes are odd numbers. Samjha, like 2 3 5 7 11 like 13 something 17 and so on. So like that, here odd primes means except 2 everything is there. So can I conclude like this? Means I am applying this theorem for a equals to, I am considering in my case a as a p, p as a q. Why can I apply theorem? Because this condition is satisfying, means p comma 2q is 1. What is this? Remember this can be equivalent to p comma q equals to 1 and p is not a even number, not a even. Since p is a odd, it is satisfied, and these are like prime numbers, this is satisfied. So I can apply this theorem 3.3. So if you apply 3.3 on this theorem, what will happen? P by q equals to minus 1 whole power t1, where t1 is equals to sigma 0 to 1 p minus 1 by 2 j by a by p. A by p means whatever as it is written, p by q. P by q and q minus 1 by 2. Okay, this q minus 1, this is known as t2. Okay, t2. Okay, because see, t2 is here like 1 to q minus 1 by 2, and whatever the denominator will be there, p, that will be the here. So similarly, what can we write? Q by p equals to minus 1 whole power t1 So T1 is sigma equals to J into multiply this one Q by P, and it runs from J equals to 1 to P minus 1. So this is, so can I write like this? So finally mod S1 plus mod S2 that is equals to T1 plus T2 that is equals to mod S that is equals to P minus 1 into Q minus 1 by 2. So just multiply these two equations. So P by Q into Q by P equals to minus 1 whole power T1 plus T2. Like that only na. Again I need to tell from basics. Array man. A power m to a power n. What is the formula? A power m plus n. So this is formula. So minus 1 whole power P minus 1 into Q minus 1 by 2. So this is like beauty formula, right? Very beautiful. Okay, let's solve some numerical. See, if you don't understand anything, you can ask me. Okay, see, the main motivation of doing this video is only for the people who don't understand anything. Okay, doesn't understand anything. So that's why I'm covering from the basics. That's why always that's video is becoming like a huge monster. Means 30 minutes 35 minutes something. Generally if you want to discuss very fastly such detailed things I can skip. For if I want to tell to my friend Topper, who is like I always admire him, so for my friend I can able to tell in just 10 minutes only. Okay, simple bacha only. So but I need to basically this motivation is for those who doesn't understand anything and who feels this number theory, I mean this mathematical proofs as a like a big only great people can do. No, this is like for every bacha, even even a 8th class student can also these things. Okay, if he listens my video, assuming that he not get irritated with my butter English and okay, let's not deviate. So the question is that find this value of this value. How to find this value? Okay, let's solve this numerical. So this numerical here we have to use this is like really bro, if I we have to apply so many formulas. What? So many chain of formulas, stupidity. So here 1872 by 7411. So whenever they ask what is the value of bro, so first check whether 7411 divides 1782 or not. 17, of course not, right? A bigger number cannot divide smaller number, right? Okay, so that means that here, and one more thing. Okay, I mean in the exam we cannot able to tell no, like whether 7411 is a prime or not. In normally if you have one cell phone we can directly type whether 7411 is a prime number or not. So generally let's say in exams always we'll give like prime number only, assume like that. Okay, like why will sir will give this p divides a very bacha thing, no, right? So okay, now just factorize 172 like factorize means just I mean normally you factorize 2 4 how much 2 4 7 12 8 2 3 4 okay, so how can I write like this? How can, like what can I write from this? Huh? 1782 by 7411 okay, into 2 power 4 into 117 by 7411, and this can be written as 16. So now I will use this formula. According to this formula, what can I write? 16 into 7411 into okay, after writing this, what can I tell? What can I means what to do next? just what to do next means just observe these properties and you may click some idea, anything. Okay, see, this can be extended to any number now. Similarly, like I can write like this: a by p into b by p into c by p into d by p equals to blah 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 blah. I mean a b c d by p. Okay, similar like this only. You can extend this concept so that 274 by 11, 16 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, or you can think like simple thing like 4 square by 7 4 11, and since GCD of 4 comma what 7 4 11 and 4 is 1 only na GCD. So because 7 4 11 is the odd number, this is even number, so GCD will be always 1. And use this equation, means this property, a square by p equals to 1 for this one. So this whole value will become 1 into 117 by 7 4 11. Okay, now just for fun, see, 117 is a prime number and 7 4 11 is a prime number. Since both are prime numbers, p comma q are distinct, just apply that formula of Gauss reciprocity law. Means just now we have seen this formula, Gauss reciprocity. So what is na stupidity? Arey man, don't call na. Okay, chalo. So p by q, q by p, minus 1 whole power p minus 1 by 2 into q minus 1 by 2. So p by p means 117 by 7 4 11 into 7 4 11 by 117 equals to minus 1 into 117 minus 1 by 17410 by 2. Okay, after computing this, what will the value? 58. Okay, and what is this value? I guess last value will be 5. So since it is a odd number, so minus 1 whole power odd number will be whole value is minus 1. So I can I write like this: 117 by 7 4 11 equals to minus 1 divided by 7 4 11 by 117. So now from this I can write like this: 7 4 11 by 117. Why means here we applying this important interesting property. See, in our case that 117 and 74 are distinct primes, so always that always this 7 4 11 doesn't divide a. So that means that in our case now, like we are doubting, means 117 by 7 4 11, let's say take it as like this, or you take 7 4 11 by 117. Okay, 117, since it is both are prime numbers, 117 doesn't divide c. So 117, these two cases only possible. So we know that 1 power n equals to 1 power minus n, minus 1 whole power n equals to minus 1 whole power minus n. I mean what I mean to say means minus 1 whole square is equal minus 1 inverse equals to 1. You got it what I mean to say. So here also this value, since it may be 1 or minus 1, that we will decide. Okay, we will decide. So I can write this like this: 7 4 11 by 117 minus 1. So from this, like you can think like one property like this, bro. If a by p is there such that p comma a equals to 1, I mean you can think like p doesn't divide ca, then legendary symbol a equals to a by p whole inverse. Because of this I have written like this. So from this what we can write: minus 1 into again we have to use this property. If a is congruent to b mod p, then a by p is equals to b by p. Is that so? Yes. So now now just divide it 117 with means 7411 divided by 117. What will happen? We can get remainder as how much? What is the remainder? Just compute the value. I will compute. Wait, let me use calculator. Okay, I calculate the value and it turns out to be 40. Okay, so this is the value. Okay, so by this I can write this property minus 1 whole power 40 by 117. Okay, and from this what will be 40? 40 can be written as 8 into 5 or minus 1 into 811 by 7 into 5 by 117. And again you can think, right, 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2, so you can write like 2 into 1 by 7, 2 into 1 by 7, 2 into 1 by 7 into 5 by 117. Since minus 1 whole power 2 into 1 by 7 whole cube into 5 by 117, we know that 2 by p, where p is a prime number, then I can write minus 1 whole power p square minus 1 by 8. What is the value of p square minus 1 by 8? So the value of p square minus 1 by 8 means minus 1 into p minus 1 into p plus 1 by 8 minus 1 into p minus 1 into 116 into 118 by 8, that is minus 1 into 58 twos, this 59 twos by 8. Okay, 2 cancel, again 2 cancel, so this is since odd number it will become minus 1. That's all, means it will become 29. So odd into odd will become minus 1 whole power odd minus 1, like that. Okay, so minus 1 whole cube and how much? Tell me. 1. Okay, again 5 by 117. Now again you can think of like this procedure. Since 5 is a prime number, 117 is a prime number, both are distinct prime numbers, use this property 117 by 5 equals to minus 1 into 117 minus 1 by 2, 5 minus 1 by 2. Okay, so 116 by 2, 116 means 58, 4 by 2, so both are even into even, minus 1 whole power even plus 1, so 5 by 117 equals to 117 by 5 whole inverse, that is equals to, since both are prime numbers, okay, 5 doesn't divide 117, I can write this inverse as like this. Okay, afterwards 117 by 5, and again 117 is congruent to, what is the value? 2 into mod 5, so that means that 2 into 2 by 5. Again just like if 5 is a prime number, use this property, what will happen? Minus 1 whole power p square minus 1 by 8 minus 1 whole power p square minus 1 by 8. Okay, this property na, I don't want to say again and again. If I say again and again, see this video now only become 43, so it's a monster video, like my friend will die if he listen, and someone will spit on my mouth, why you are making such long videos. So p value is 5. 25 minus 1 by 8, that is minus 1 into 24 by 8, that is minus. This is how you have to solve this. So this this number is how much? Minus 1. See, people are like this only, means this problem is like this, means we have to use so many concepts, so the key is that you need to understand. That's all. This is how like you have to solve it. Okay, thank you, bye bye. I will meet in next video. If you like my video, please comment wherever in the chat or wherever you see, like Jai Sri Krishna. Bye.